Epic Interactions where a couple guys and a couple girls get together, play some Dungeons and Dragons, have some fun, enjoy the game, and try not to die. I'm trying to figure out some. I do apologize if we are lagging a little bit or falling behind. Hopefully, I can fix that here in the near future, but just bear with us. Trying to work out those kinks. Some announcements as I fix stuff, because all the time I need to fix stuff. Alright.
We're not lagging.
We're not lagging? Okay, cool. So anyway, like I was saying, some announcements. We do take donations. Half of them go to military vets. We all have ties to military vets in some way, shape, or form. And the other half goes to providing stuff for the stream, hopefully making it better at some point, and get the name out there. We have been talking about doing some stuff on YouTube, so definitely keep an eye out for that. All of the past episodes are on YouTube. If you just Google our YouTube Epic Interactions, and you'll be able to see that. Ryan will not be with us. Baltimore, the cleric, will not be with us tonight. He has some other stuff more important to attend to, so he will be joining us next week. However, it should not be too much of an issue. We have pretty much the whole party, I believe. The whole party is currently here to kind of reinstate their place in what is going on in the Citadel Atlas. They found out some information, a little bit about their past, seeing what's going on, kind of bring us back up to speed. Rahuun, what's your character? Meadora. Thank you. I keep thinking Misa, and I'm like, it's not Misa. It's not Misa. Rahuun and Meadora are currently in a hotel room, so to speak. They decided to get jiggy with it as they fell asleep. Meadora found some interesting information and then was teleported back to our hometown.
As I was tied to a bed.
Yep, sleeping. Cass, you were, oh, actually, I have a paper for you. You were at Finn and Glorian's, working on the, shoot, I can't give you that.
Blueprints for the house?
Blueprints for the mansion, yes.
Oh, I
So,
think I was there too with her.
I
I think you sent me there.
did I?
Right?
That's probably true.
Yeah, last week
Yeah.
you had her go there.
That's how I
Probably true.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So, you guys know which character that is. So, why am I Dungeon Master? Alright, wait, but, no. Emerald in, Baltimore, they fell asleep at your house, actually, Atreya's house, finding sanctuary, and you found out that your family has gone back to the beginning, whatever that means. We'll actually go ahead and pick up there. Is there anything else I'm missing before I forget? Chopper! Whoever is Chopper in the chat, please tell me your name and how you know me. Because I've been hearing a lot about this Chopper player, or Chopper communicator. I'd like to know who it is. Maybe even get to know you a little bit. If I do know you already, thanks.
I mean, serious praise goes on sometimes in the chat.
I don't ever
Chopper
see it.
to you, so.
I mean, I get on every now and then. I go in and I praise myself sometimes, but you know.
Praise the sun.
Yeah. So anyway. We'll go ahead and pick it up there with you two, actually, at Finn and Glorians. You guys have been studying furiously on, the layout of the land, how you guys would like to be it. After some research, actually, you come to find out that the land that was bought is actually right next to the Spectre Forest. Now,
We knew that already.
yeah, you know the forest. You know that it was
Because
a
it's on the
forest
outskirts, yeah.
on the outskirts.
Yeah.
You guys have heard rumors. You've heard some tales about how specters wander those grounds, that forest, at night, and it's kind of, but it's unclear why so many are such in a centralized location.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so something that you might want to think about while building your mansion.
Okay.
You two are free to talk a bit about how you'd like to think about or what you guys.
Okay. Um,
I'm gonna put on some music here.
so Cass, with some of this information that we found out about the
Free
specs and how there's so many in that area, I wonder if we could do some research to see if we need some wards to protect ourselves from something like that specifically, because we don't know if they would do any harm or not. So.
I agree. We should definitely look into it. Part of me wonders if my father had a particular reason for choosing this piece of land, aside from obviously that's outside town.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember when I was talking to the guys before, we were discussing like things that we wanted, and one of them was like having a tunnel or some sort of passage, so if we were stuck in the city, we'd be able to get out and get back to this house and
Safely.
things like that. But I wonder if there's a way that we can like maybe look at the sort of the council building and see if there's like any information about that land or who previously owned it. We can look at just information like that to see if we can have any more clues that maybe your father had a reason for us owning that property. We can ask Ben and Gloria too, if they specifically have any reason why he wanted that area.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, I feel like we've done a lot of good work so far. What time is it?
It's actually nighttime.
It's 9. Okay.
Yeah.
You never told me. Did you find your family?
Oh yeah. I actually did and didn't find them. We went back to the house, and everything was acting weird. But I ended up finding out that there was a halfling called Tazar who's been hired by my family to sort of pretend that my family's still there because they left and retreated to safety.
What do you mean pretend that you missed?
So what he does is he's got some sort of like magical powers where there's these illusions and sort of like spectrums of my family members doing everyday activities, and they're actually really believable. I went there and spoke to my family and had a conversation, and they did seem a little different. So I stayed up and kind of like waited and ended up, running into Tazar, and he told me that my family had hired him. But they did tell me that if I am to find them, I am to go back where they started. So that's sort of a clue that I'm trying to unravel in my mind, because there's a few ideas
To
that
go
I had.
back to where
They started.
They started.
So I don't know if it's my mother's note or her father's, because when we were younger, we lived on the outskirts of town. My sister, Lana, and my mom, and then my grandfather, and then also now my new stepdad. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. So they're no longer here.
where are they?
I don't know. That's the only clue they left. They
As you guys are talking, you hear the door shut. As you see the halfling come in, and he's like, I'm closing up for the night. I know Finn and Glorium said that you guys are like okay to sleep here. If you look on that shelf over there, there's 2 cubes. There's like some, they're pocket tents.
Okay.
You just throw them out. They come out, big enough for 2.
Okay.
So feel free to use those. Once I lock this door, no one's allowed to go out.
Okay.
So just making sure. Like you guys are in the back room,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Go seriously. Do not go out those doors."
Oh, you guys have like wards and stuff like that to prevent from
Sure.
in and out,
You
or
could say that.
okay.
Just,
All right.
If you know it's good for you and you don't want to die, don't leave.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Got it.
Should
We're
do it.
gonna. Do you want to stay the night here, Cass, or do you want to go back to my house?
Yeah,
Which would be
my-
more comfortable for you? I'm fine either way. I feel like we've done a lot of good work here, so.
Well, maybe we should go back to your house then.
And he's like pulls out like a little watch, and he's like, "Okay, this
Okay.
needs to happen now."
All right, so we're gonna head out now.
Okay.
All right.
Like run.
Okay, so we look at him, and then I'm gonna run.
We're going.
Jog.
So you guys jog out as he like closes the door. You hear it lock, and the front door's open. Like he left it open.
Yeah.
But you begin to hear noises coming from all levels, almost from the top down, as you're. All of a sudden, as like different levels start making different sounds, as you start to hear almost fighting start happening amongst the levels. And as you guys bolt out, you guys do leave, right?
Yeah.
The door closes behind you. As the glass, what looks to be glass, shimmers for just a little bit. And everything inside looks great.
Remind me, Aspen and Gloria, what they do to protect their property, because we might get some tips from them.
Absolutely.
Clearly they got it together. All right, well, let's just head back to my place. You know, we've done a lot tonight, so we can just wake up early and see what they've been up to. So we start heading back, and I'm just gonna chit chat with her on the way back. So I have no idea where my family is. They didn't leave me any information that I needed to help with finding out stuff about
What
the
are they
business.
hiding?
Because when we went to the place, I noticed that there was a black lotus flower on the outside of my family's house, like multiple of them. So I'm thinking, in trying to get out of debt, they invested with the wrong people, and people were probably after them for money. They probably didn't tell me how much in debt and trouble they were in. They weren't probably honest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that their lives are at risk. So also be on the lookout for that, because there might be people after me now too because of my family link. So looks like we're both wanted reviews
Sounds
here.
familiar.
Walking back.
Sure. So you end up getting to your family's estate.
Perception always and looking around.
Yeah,
like,
there's no
yeah.
perception needed. Everything seems
Okay.
to be quiet tonight.
All right.
Nobody seems to be out and about, but the guards are out keeping watch. Everything seems to be calm. You're able to get to your estate with no issues.
Okay.
You're free to enter your estate. If you
Okay, so I'm gonna go in, and I'm actually pretty hungry, Cass, so I'm gonna see what the halfling has. I'm gonna just, Tazar, are you here?
The
Tazar?
door opens and you see your mom. Oh, hello, darling.
Oh, hey mom. We're gonna cook up some food. Can you make
Sure. Go ahead.
Alright, thanks. So,
Does your family keep any books?
my grandfather has his den, and there's like a library of some stuff, but if anything of importance was taken, so feel free to look through it and see if you see anything, because I rolled and saw nothing. So
Oh, look, I mean,
maybe
I'm
you'll have better luck looking through stuff than me. So I'm gonna start cooking food for Cass and I.
Okay, so
And I point Cass to where the den is.
sure. So you get up to the den and you see it was like almost his office, so to speak. You see papers all over the place. Somewhat scattered, almost like he was in a rush, almost like a hurry. What do you?
I'm gonna look at the books.
More investigation. From the laughing, I don't know if it's that. 5. You see some ledgers. You see multiple papers with different names, but nothing really stands out to you.
Okay, now be specific, you know, because we want to see property stuff. My family's been there for a little while, so my grandmother might know about property. So maybe if you're specific with what you're looking for, he might let you roll.
You're trying to do that non-metagaming, got you.
Are there any like maps or anything like that?
There is some, yeah. There's actually one big one on the wall.
I'm gonna go look at it. Oh.
Dang it.
However, this one has some other stuff to it.
Oh, well, there's something.
I wanna look.
Apologies, people. I did not think that this question would come about. custodian wants to come grab this.
Oh, man, look at this.
You see what looks to be different pins
A little bit.
across the continent.
All leading back to this one place. Huh. Well, this is the citadel.
Okay.
So you can kind of gather based on the map that this is somewhat of a trade route. Maybe the people that he knows.
So this could be places that I can go check out.
What's this place?
Now you know that your family dealt
Is that the
with
Emerald City or whatever?
dealt with four different like groups.
4 different groups. Okay.
You actually have like an emblem from each one.
I haven't. Okay. So from the elves, the dwarves, and the giants.
What else? You tell me.
Okay, no, that's right. And then
I mean, first off, you really don't know what she's looking at. She's currently
no, I
doing
know.
that. So.
No, this is just. I have. Yeah, I think I just have the elves, the dwarves, and the giants.
I think there was one more.
Well, I have a signet ring from my family. Well, I have the Dominion thing that I got, but it was just 3. Emblem of the Drow.
Drow, which are the elves?
Drow. Emblem of a Ruin, which I have no idea who, but I can read Dwarvish, I know.
Yeah, it's a
that's what it
dwarven.
is. And then a belt with an emblem, which represents the giants, but I really don't know.
I thought we
if
did the
that.
halflings. Did we not
No.
do halflings?
Babe,
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have you down as halflings, so why
This
don't you
place
just
rather-
do an emblem of the halfling?
Okay, cool.
this place where the rods are coming out of, was that the Emerald City? Like, based off what I know from
What
where...
Emerald City?
No, I was thinking of when we were on the Sky Haven. We know we started over here and we ended up over here in the Citadel, and we passed the city along the way.
No, that's not the city. You're thinking of Arcadia? That was actually floating in the sky.
Okay. What's the emblem of the halflings? Or is it?
Now I
They
just
each
put it,
have something.
put it as a heart.
So there's really 5 places. Did you mean to draw a circle over here? You drew a line, but not a circle with the other one, so I just...
The mountain range
purpose.
of the ancient barrier.
No, that's on purpose.
Oh, that's
So
on
there's
purpose.
not a circle there, but there's a line.
Okay. That's probably the dwarves.
No,
Well, I'm not
it's-
seeing this, but yeah.
So you're just looking up on this map, you're just kind of analyzing it, and you see the different trade routes and how it's all coming together. You notice that the one that all the trading spots kind of funnel into
Yeah.
is approximately about 2 days east.
So I'm gonna draw, like, grab a piece of paper from the desk and just kind of like scribble a rough draft on a piece of paper that I can stick in my pocket.
Sure. Make a intelligence check.
Here.
18?
Nice.
Well, no, because I didn't add my intelligence.
Well, 18 is solid. I mean, that's pretty decent.
Okay, I don't even know. I'm
yeah,
not very
so-
smart. I don't have anything to add in here.
Yeah, I mean, you drawed out a pretty
Base.
detailed map.
Nice.
Sweet.
We'll stop you guys right there. Meodora, so you like almost feel your whole body like convulse as you pop back into your room. You take a look around and you see one of your servants, one of the ones that cover for you. And you're just like, hey, I'll be right. And then all of a sudden, again, you hear the as the stone cracks again, and this time, like 1/4 of it breaks and hits the ground. And you get pulled back again. Rahuun, you're dreaming. This time it's much more different than what you're used to. You're used to, usually fighting something, usually trying to figure something out. This time it was you see a person. You can't really see its face. You know deep in your heart that this person calls to you, but you have multiple walls between you and this person. And you're trying to break through each and every single one. However, one of them is not necessarily a wall, but a web. And as you go through it, you get caught. And you're pulling, and the more that you pull, the more you get restrained. You're free to make a strength check if you wish.
Okay. Strength saving throw or strength save?
We can make saving throw, sure.
Awesome. That will be 21 on him.
21. One hand snaps off.
Make another one, I guess.
If you wish.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. 26.
You're able to just break through it.
Awesome.
And you again see this person now. Not necessarily the walls are starting to give way to your path. However, you see another individual, one that's faster than you, has your same body, almost looks somewhat difficult, like somewhat similar, but it's not you, and you know. And the girl that's pulling your heart, that really that calls to you, starts running to this fake person.
Boots of haste.
Boots of haste.
I had to use my boots of haste once last session, but I'm technically rested. Did I get it back, or am I still not?
You'll find out.
I'm on 2, just in case.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So boots of haste and
Start going. As you're getting closer, you realize that this person is not actually a person at all. It's somewhat of some kind of a monster. And she shows up. She literally takes a minute. She looks at the monster, looks at you. She gets scared from you and starts running to the monster even again. But she's at that moment where she's literally right there in front of, almost as close to me as you.
okay, then I'll use I'm going. What perception check of what's around me besides
Blank.
CSS? It's just like
It's blank. It's
blank.
it's almost like, you know how in your dream, you're almost in that tunnel vision, almost where you just see what you see. And this is what's happening.
I look down at myself for a second, like when she gets scared of me. Like I look down at myself. What do I notice anything different?
You
about
see
it?
yourself. You see the monster changes direction. It's no longer running toward her, it's turning towards you to attack you.
Okay. Well then, yeah, natural instincts gonna defend myself. So pull out my axe, and I'll go into a rage.
Okay.
Let's fuck this monster up.
Alright. Roll initiative.
Sounds great. Me out of game. I know this is probably gonna be like another one of those, like I just killed some random person out in the real world, but in my dream I'm thinking like I'm doing good. And I'm sorry if it's one of you guys like already, and if I kill another party member, like I'm not trying to do it, like unless
Emerald,
it's
I hope you're
unless
no
it's
one.
Emerald.
I hope
Unless
you're
it's
nowhere
Emerald. If it's
near
Emerald,
right now.
It's
Totally
Emerald, then
fine.
it's totally okay. If it's BJ, it's totally okay. So alright, I'll roll initiative.
Well, they can't
Meadora.
get out of the door, so.
You flash back into the room.
Okay.
You see Rahuun is no longer tied to the bed.
I timed him real well. Damn it.
5 for my initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do you do?
Like, where is he?
He's as far from me to you. He's laying on the bed.
Is he still?
I mean, he's like sitting up, but
Is he still like blank face. Well, not blank face, like.
Oh
red
no, his eyes? No.
No, his eyes aren't all crazy
No.
still.
Are they closed?
No, they're open.
They're open, but they're not.
He's looking at you normally.
Okay. I'm gonna like have a hand on one of my hand axes. Be like,
You don't have a hand axe.
what? I had 2 hand axes.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
God.
what were you doing prior?
Oh, that's right.
Alright. Dang it.
For those that weren't watching last week, they got schwanky in a hotel.
Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna go for it.
Don't follow in our leads, kids. Get married. Then
Again, PSAs? Okay.
all about those PSAs, man.
So I'm gonna go for it, realize it's
Not
okay,
there.
I'm naked.
You see him, he gets up,
Mhm.
and he grabs his axe right off the bat.
Oh,
Yes. Don't worry, I only got a 5 on my initiative.
I would be like, Rahuun, what the fuck are you doing? And like, see if there's anything close to me, because he just fucking attacked me before all of that.
Even in my dream state, I'm chugging that
Oh my god.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh my god.
ale. That is never stopping.
No, that's good, dude. So
Is there
you
anything?
say that. He just kind of looks at you,
Chugs mine.
not saying anything. He gets up out of bed. You see him click his boots of haste.
Damn.
Yes. Yes. I'm glad I already said sorry.
Thanks. I'm gonna prepare myself to brace him coming at me, and if he attacks me, try to throw him with me.
You see him run straight up to you.
Of course.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. 4, 8.
Oh man, yes. Oh.
So you go first. He's
Okay.
in front of you, raged,
Great.
mad.
Okay, I'm gonna go into rage too and grab him and throw him across the room.
Roll with disadvantage.
At disadvantage? Damn it. That's probably.
Same thing.
Is it strength?
Yeah.
16.
You go to grab him as his muscles tense, and you're just like, oh no. No.
Damn, the one time I'm actually going to be able to beat her up is going to be the time I'm not consciously at rage.
Rahuun?
Alright.
Wait, I still have like movement, right?
So I see this creature in
Yeah,
front
sure,
of me,
go ahead.
right?
Okay, with movement, I'm gonna like run across the room
So
and
you're gonna go around and then back up and go across the room.
yeah, like wherever my clothes are.
So you see the monster, he comes up, he goes to grab you, you see, you're just like, oh yeah, you saw that coming. He goes around you, pulls back real quick.
Awesome.
You do get an attack of opportunity.
Yes!
Damn it! I'm already hurting.
Damn, I haven't enlarged my axe yet.
Except I have it in low.
Saw this all coming. Like, I saw it. Alright, so it'll just be 1d6 then. I'm assuming. Ooh, what's your armor though with no armor on?
I don't know. Where's the
9.
Yes. There you go.
I'm dead. I'm so fucking.
Oh wait, you're a barbarian too. You have unarmored defense.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What does it say
You're
there?
fine.
18.
Okay, yeah.
What do you get?
Okay, not 18.
Okay.
Not 18. Do I get advantage or anything? No, right?
No.
Okay.
Um.
Well, I'm glad that wasn't actually my turn.
Yeah. Now it's your turn. However, on your turn, as you turn around and you spin past, all of a sudden you see multiple eyes form up behind this monster.
Am I scared?
Not really. Because a part of you still believes that this is a dream. a part of you
Oh,
feels like this
then-
is my dream. I
yeah.
control my.
Yeah. Then I'm just like in my head. I'm like, yeah, of course I'm making this tougher on myself because I'm in a dream.
Yeah.
Let's do this. I go into a frenzied rage.
Okay.
All right. Probably still not gonna hit you on the first attack. But I'll go ahead with the second attack. 7, 5, 12. Yeah, 12 probably is not gonna hit you. So we're gonna roll for the second attack. Oh. None of these are hitting at all somehow.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think that's fine. So again, you swing, and you recognize Rahuun's battle stance. So for every swing, you're like parrying it off, trying to hit. You get scratched every now and then, but you're like, I know this. He's trained me before. It's your turn.
Okay, I'll go into frenzy as well and try to throw him on the bed where the ropes are.
Okay.
23.
23 will get him. Yeah.
And with
But
my,
you're trying to throw him, right?
Yeah.
So this monster grabs you. You make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Right now my DC is 20, just so because my boots are
Gotcha. That's fine.
saving throw. 20.
It's fine. Why do you get another action?
because I'm in rage and I get 2 attacks.
No, that's frenzied rage.
If your bonus action, yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm gonna say
For my saving throw, I got a 20.
20? Alright, yeah. Monster grabs you.
Cool.
I mean, bonus action, is that kind of like trying to tie him up? Is that, or is that an action?
Frenzy says that you have to attack as a bonus action.
Okay.
But as a regular action, I would allow it.
Okay.
I would say you're gonna try and tie him.
Tie him up again.
I would say for the purposes of this, because he's already snapped out of the ropes, it's gonna be a higher DC. So, but it's gonna be a sleight of hand.
Okay.
And Rahuun, you're gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yeah, that didn't work. I can tell you that's not gonna work.
1?
No, it's 5 and
Oh, okay.
sleight of hand.
I
Yeah.
got a 16.
16? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see this monster like conjure up tentacles that just start flailing as you get thrown down to the ground. To you, you're on your back as the tentacles start to come and wrap around you, but you just literally just do one of these numbers and
Don't touch me!
exactly. You're
You're
up.
all slimy and shit. Alright, go ahead and
Do it, whatever. Just then, like, my stuff is close to the bed, correct?
Right.
Yep.
So I want to just make sure I got this right. So I have frenzied rage, which gives me an extra attack. I get an extra attack on my being level 5. Then my boots of haste give me a whole nother action.
I don't think you get an extra attack for level 5.
Yeah, level 5 is an extra attack.
That's the case, then so do I.
Not as a barbarian.
I have written down in rage, I get 2 attacks and an advance.
Oh, you do get an
Level 5,
extra attack.
extra
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So I got, grr, see?
Yeah,
Alright.
So
So yeah, so you get 4
4
attacks and then you're frenzied.
then my 5th. Yeah, but I have to use my bonus action for my
Yeah,
frenzy.
yeah,
So.
correct.
Okay, then yeah, I'll use all 5 of my attacks this time.
Go for it.
You owe me attacks, by the way, because I said I had 2 attacks and you said no.
No, you said I have 2 actions.
Yeah, you don't have 2 actions.
I have
You
two
have
attacks.
2
You
attacks.
have 2 attacks, not 2 actions.
I have 2 actions because my boots of haste give
Gotcha.
me a
All
whole
right.
nother action.
Fine.
Rules.
Stupid rules.
Make the brain hurt. Alright, first thing.
Oh,
Yes!
fuck.
That?
No.
Dang.
But it's a natural 17
That works.
with 8,
Yeah.
so that's definitely going to hit.
Got it.
So that's one hit.
So that's one hit.
That's not gonna hit. Oh, natural 20 on that.
No, that's two.
That's 2 hits. That's 3 rolls.
Oh my god.
This is 4th roll. Nat 20 again for the 4th roll.
No, that was third.
I'm dead, man.
Oh, because one missed.
1 miss.
Okay.
And then the last and final 5th roll misses.
All right,
You
so
get 3
roll the first one.
with 2
Two
in that.
How much life do you have?
Oh,
That's
my God.
awesome.
Me?
Yes.
Don't
38.
worry though, it's not with my enlarged.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not with my enlarged.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's gonna hit you 3 times, and that's
I'm
8
fucking
times 3.
out.
That's 24 just in his strength.
Yeah. I'm fucking out. I know.
Alright, so
Oh, I'm looking to see if he's going for death.
that's
I won.
10.
Death.
That's 12.
Death isn't supposed to come till later.
12. 12 for just the first hit, regular, just 1d8.
12. Gone.
Just 12.
Done.
Right, now.
Crit. Double
Crit.
dice.
That's only 2, unfortunately. So that's
2 plus
another
8 is
12. That's plus my
Oh,
rage.
okay.
So it's 12 again.
So 24.
Ooh, yes. Okay, that's 12 because it's a 6 doubled because my third. 12 plus 8 is 20 plus my 2 rage damage is 22.
So 20, 24, that's
24 plus 22.
that's 46.
He's just really happy he's beating me for once.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, sorry. How much
However,
damage?
because he hits you
And you're-
off of
Do I still get
Don't
half
matter,
of the
she's got no
damage though
armor.
because I am in rage?
you go
Oh, that's
down to
just-
0.
Even with my halving because I'm in rage?
She does half all
You
of
do
it.
have rage, yeah. So
Ooh,
half all of it.
nice.
So what is that? 48, 24.
24.
Or
I'm
24.
still up! Yes!
Yeah,
Oh,
girl.
yes.
Good
You
job.
finished are so strong.
Okay.
Do it right here. Killing everybody.
Okay. Your turn.
At this point, you can blame the DM for this one. This is not me at all. I'm in
Sure.
a dream state.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't
This
know
is
if
true.
this is all conscious.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
I'm in the clear for this one.
my stuff is nearby.
Pick 'em up.
I'm gonna grab my great axe and fuck it, and I'm gonna swing at him 2 times because I get 2 attacks. And okay, so bonus attack, like, is that just an action, a third attack?
Your frenzy gives you your bonus action as an attack.
Yeah,
go
in
ahead.
frenzy. So I get 3. Okay, so I'm gonna swing
Yeah.
at him 3 times with my great axe.
Do it.
14 plus 11 is 25.
25 hits. You got a plus 11? Jesus Christ.
No, we changed that.
No, you said I add 11, not the other stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So.
Wait. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You good? Okay.
Sure, it's 11.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you have like an ungodly strength.
Yeah.
You can't really sit.
Yeah, she doesn't have to drink some potion that brings
Yeah.
your strength down, but I
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Your strength.
I had a plus 9 to my strength, man.
That one doesn't hit. That one doesn't hit. Okay,
I
so
was
just
hitting my
give me
plus
1 hit.
14 to my attacks.
Can I steal one of your d6?
Yes! I was the iron wall.
roll everything. Mess with me, I'll mess you up.
I
That's
was
how
the
I do
iron
it.
wall, dog.
Yeah.
28.
All right, roll damage.
That's
Oh,
that
that
was
was damage.
hit.
All right.
Half
half
that.
it. Yeah. That's all I got.
14.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take
Rahuun, your turn.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
I
you
know
see it.
my next hit.
Well,
going
see, he
down.
sees a monster hitting him and doing damage on him. So,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
it's
definitely.
Gonna,
Yeah, Mirador doesn't care. He's attacked.
All right.
Well, no, you good. Good for you. I would have attacked his
So,
ass.
I'm definitely going to
Yeah, you're
do
gonna
all
kill me.
4 attacks,
That's
but
not
not
bad.
use my bonus action.
Sure.
But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them all reckless great weapon master.
Oh, man.
There you go.
So I have advantage on all of them,
And then
but
just
I have
add-
to take 5 away
just
from
plus
it.
3.
So it's just a plus 3 instead to all of them instead of 8. But I do damage. And then if I succeed, then I get to plus 10 to my damage.
You got it. Do it, bro.
Yes. Okay. So 18 definitely hits.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's, yep.
All right. That's
All right,
one
that's
hit.
one.
Yes.
Yep, that hurt.
2.
God, I'm just watching myself die. No.
Hold on, I have advantage.
All right. No. Yes.
Third one missed. Oh.
Yeah.
I still need to reroll
Yeah, you
all
do.
those. Okay.
Reroll
So
2
the
more
first-
times. Reroll
Yeah.
2 more times for the first 2.
No.
As long as you don't get an nat crit, then alright. Alright, so this is the last attack.
Yes, last attack. No, that's not.
Alright.
Okay, so
Roll damage.
2 attacks hit though.
2 attacks hit.
Okay.
1d6 plus 18.
That'd be great.
So-
No, but 2 of them do. Both my attacks do get plus 10 on top of them.
Yeah, so,
So-
that's plus 18.
Yeah.
Because you get
I still get to have.
So
18?
19 plus 2 on top of that is
21.
21. And then that's 21 right there.
How much life do you
plus
have left?
2.
23.
You have 23 life? How much
No,
do you
me,
have?
I have 14.
10.
Oh, yeah,
so
so
this
both-
second one's gonna hit.
Yeah,
So
both attacks.
when you drop down to 0, you actually, because you carry over damage, you need to keep track of that. Because if he does your full amount of hit points, you die outright. However, fortunately, at this moment, you strike and you strike again. You're just like, this one's down. You see the monster hit the ground. You see the monster just completely like, nothing here. Like, just nothing. As you see like a massive smile come across the face. As one eye, purple, begins to show up. And you just hear... Yes.
I just immediately throw my axe at it because I do have. If I reduce a creature down to 0, I still get another attack and bonus action. So I'm going to use my bonus action real quick to throw my axe at this eye.
I mean, the eye is on the person.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's literally, you just...
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. What about all the other eyes that I see around me?
Gone.
All gone? Just the one eye right there? Poke it with my finger.
So you poke
Be like,
it. And
"Shut up."
as you poke it, it just kind of fizzes through.
It's fine. Whatever. I clean off my axe.
And you hear another voice. This one loud. It booms across your whole dream. And it says, "It is not time." As you see a light, massive blue light, just obstruct everything. As this purple light literally begins to shudder, and it's like, "Boy!" And you wake up.
Cause you suck, bro.
And you wake up to Meadora on the floor, out, blood across the floor, axe in hand. Your axe is bloody. She's gone. She's out. Make a death saving throw.
Throw my axe to the side, pull out one of my
18.
regular healing potions, stuff it in her mouth, and force her to drink it.
Alright. Go ahead and roll the heal.
Regular healing is 2d4 plus 4?
Regular healing is 2d4 plus 2.
Plus 2.
And as you do that, actually, you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah, 8.
You come back with 8 life. And as breath takes yourself back,
No. No,
You-
it's 6.
you open your eyes
Oh, shit.
and you notice that Rahuun, on his neck, another 2 blue lights show up. As you, it, like almost just like almost as it's like almost like a flame as it sears into a body, like almost skin. You have 2 more chrono points.
Nice.
What a
I don't know what they
boy.
do. I don't know what they do, but I got 3 of them, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's probably how many chances you have.
So with that, we'll stop right there. Emerald, you
What up?
sleeping with Baltimore, or in the same, in the same room, in the same room.
Woo woo.
Okay.
It's fun to
Yeah.
stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the
I might get a text from that and Ryan in like 15 minutes. He'll be like, "What is that?" You fall asleep, but you meditate. So after 4 hours, you wake up and you kind of begin to think about. You really begin to think about your brother, and really like you're trying to find lost memories, if you will. And as you think and think and think, you begin to remember certain things where you're back in the time stone. Oh, you weren't there, I'm sorry. But you remember certain things about how you just remember certain things about like what Sally said. You know, trying to figure out what the ascended, descended means. What does Gaia have to play in all of this? And you get this feeling kind of come over you as you're thinking about her, and you get this feeling that Gaia is actually someone that you fell for, that you actually have somewhat of a love connection to, but you don't really know in what way.
Okay.
So, we'll let it there. So, ladies, you're cooking up. You cook some chicken, you're nice and good.
Yeah, I'm just cooking. Yeah, I'm like a chef in that kitchen. Yeah. You're so ridiculous. Flip it.
Yeah.
I know what I'm flipping, but.
Just so we can.
Okay.
Yes. Ooh, it's hot.
Okay, so yeah, I'm still cooking, so what are you doing?
Okay, bring it to the library. I got stuff.
Okay, so I cooked up some food. It's all done,
Yep.
and I'm gonna go bring a plate.
Yeah, you bring the plates over to the office where Cass is like on the table, literally just furiously just like sketching something out.
Did you find something?
I did trade routes.
What?
I also want to look for some other things. So the ledgers that you said I saw on the desk, I want to look for them and see if there's like if anything weird is noticeable about them, like just if there's anything that seems kind of out of the ordinary, or like there's extra notes or
Sure.
something that might look like her family.
Do
was
you
in
know
trouble.
thieves can't?
No.
Okay.
Are you sure about that?
No.
As a ranger?
You might want to check your stuff.
All right.
Do I know what?
Thieves can't.
Oh, you didn't multi-class into a thief. That's right. Okay. All right. You look at this ledger and you see everything, and you're like, the numbers are like almost like this, like from side to side, some are in the middle, but you see that there's a pattern. You just don't recognize.
Okay.
You just see a bunch of numbers and letters. And
Okay, so I don't understand anything from the ledgers. Is there anything I see that has a black lotus icon on it?
no.
So no black lotus. Is I like check the desk. Are there any like hidden drawers or anything? That
Make
I
an
can
investigation.
pull open? Natural 20.
Yeah, baby. I found nothing, so I'm glad she's finding stuff.
As you're kind of looking through, just kind of like pulling out drawers, checking underneath the drawers,
Like they said,
Oh.
two heads are better than one.
Yes.
and as you're looking and looking and looking, all of a sudden you find another clip, like another drawer underneath the drawer. As you kind of click it, a whole another drawer opens up.
Ooh, what's in it?
I'm gonna walk over because I'm putting food down on the desk, and I'm just gonna look to see what she's looking at too.
Sure. You see letters from various different languages. Do you know? You're gonna see Elven, Dwarven,
Like this one.
Well, I would know Elven. I would know Dwarven, but
Giant,
Really good too.
I know all of those languages.
Halfling, and
Well, halfling is not common.
There's another one.
What?
and Goblin.
Goblin. I don't know about that.
ooh, I know Goblin.
You know Goblin?
I don't know. Do you?
She knows a lot of languages.
I thought I don't. Because I chose to go jerk on that when I wasn't. Okay, never mind. I don't know Goblin.
Okay.
Okay, so I know Elvish, Dwarvish, and Giant.
Well, she knows Elvish too, but you see
Do either of us make any sort of connection that those are aligned with the trade routes on the map? So I pull out the scribbling of the thing and I
Also-
look, this looks
Go ahead.
like trade routes.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so she's
Play this out.
explain to me. Yeah.
So there's letters from all these people. Look at these trade routes. Look at this map.
Okay. So this is where I grew up. This is where we are right now, and I'm familiar with this area of the Glee Forest, and I know my family has connections with dwarves that have and
The
store.
dwarves are from the mountains, right?
Okay. I'm not 100% sure, and I pull out.
Well, I'm guessing, but only
I don't
based
know if
off
I would
what
have
I
it
know
on me.
about. Only based off the limited things that I know about Rahuun's past with the dwarves.
He's
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
he's from the Iron Wall though. Rahuun's from this mountain range over here.
Okay.
My family has a connection with dwarves, and I have an emblem of this like ruin that represents that tie. But I didn't want to deal with the family business, so I didn't learn all of the connections.
Do you know what the city is?
I don't know what that city is at all, but it seems to be sort of the in between of everything.
Yeah.
I've never traveled anywhere over here. I'm thinking that giants maybe reside. I don't even know. I'm not sure.
Okay, so anyway,
Okay,
I
so I
opened
look
the
at all that.
letters.
I write all that stuff down
we'll
too.
start to look at the letters. I want to look through the elven ones, because it's slowing me at the read.
Sure. Emerald, as you're done meditating, because it's been quite some time, you hear rustling, and you hear faint voices, what sound to be like cats, down the hall.
So I look around, I get up, I stretch my old 3-time deceased bones, and I head towards the sound.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through my stuff because I'm like, hey Cass, I'm gonna go grab something, and I'm gonna go from my bag and retrieve all the different emblems I have, like all 4 of them.
Sure.
So I'm gonna bring them back. I'm gonna show them to Cass. Okay, this is something that my grandfather left me. Said that if I was ever interested in the business or I ever needed any help, these are the people that my family does trade with. So I have this emblem of the drow for the elves. This is a ruin for the dwarves. I have this belt that has an emblem and that represents the giants, and then I have this emblem with a heart. That's for the halflings. So let's look to see if we see these symbols.
What was the
anywhere.
one for the giants?
The giants.
And as you pull out,
It's just
as you're looking at the
an emblem.
letters, as you're looking at the letters and looking back at this, you do see that there are corresponding. The letters have a stamp of that same insignia, if you
Okay,
will.
so I'm looking for names in the signatures, like something, any names in the letters specifically, or like locations, like names of cities, names of people, names of routes.
You don't
or
really
stores.
see any. You don't really see from the elven one. You get the sense. At this point, Emerald kind of comes into the room.
I thought Emerald and Baltimore went to the.
They went to your house.
Yeah, but then okay. Weren't they trying to go and knock on the door? Didn't they go to the hotel? To try to knock on the door. When
We
they-
did, but we came back.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know that. Sorry.
So
Okay.
So yeah, you see them like scouring through papers and stuff like that.
Hey, Emerald. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
hi,
Did we
Emerald.
wake you?
Well, look who it is. How are you all doing?
That escalated quickly.
What?
What are you working on?
Here's some food if you're hungry. But we're actually trying to.
Here, stuff your face.
Yeah. Well, he's
Sit there, shut up.
he's a guy. He probably eats all the time.
We're just trying to find some information on anything that might have to do with the Trias family, or anything that might have to do with why,
They suddenly left. And
or anything about our house, our
Cass's
new
father.
mansion, and why it's next to the Spectre Forest,
Oh,
or any information.
very good. As I sit and I begin to eat my food,
Emerald,
because I think I haven't eaten in forever.
as as you actually hear the name of the Spectre Forests. You and your travels, you've done actually quite some traveling.
Mm-hmm.
You know of the Spectre Forest. You know you've encountered the forest once before, not because you meant to, but you kind of accidentally stumbled upon it. And
Spectre Forest? Is that what you said?
the Spectre Forest, yeah.
Is that within, is that a subsection of the Lee Forest or the Guy Forest or no?
No, that
it's
is a whole nother
totally-
forest.
Gotcha.
But our
Okay.
mansion outside of town is right next to it.
Can you show
Mm.
them the map?
It's the one that you kind of
This
like
is
walked
where
into.
we're at. Can you see this? No.
Vaguely.
This is where we're at the
He's
Citadel.
not going to be able to see
Yep.
the lines.
This is the forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really close.
Yeah.
I think we
So,
can see the forest though.
What's that, a day, 2 days away?
it's about a day and a half.
Okay,
Off
day
from the
and a
main
half.
city. But you have heard stories of a being of some sort that lives in the middle of the Spectre Forest. And creates these specters. You know that specters are essentially ghosts that have unfinished business. They hate life. They have this hatred toward life because they weren't able to do what they wanted while they were alive. You know that they usually attack at night, and they usually do their hunting at night and they go. But the thing is that this forest almost holds the specters, and there's continuous stories about how there's more and more specters every year.
Huh. Okay. So, from the time that I was there to now,
Yeah,
there's
so
a plethora.
yeah, there's a plethora of there. And you know that they can be very dangerous if encountered.
After what hours? Just dark?
After sundown, yep.
Okay. And this is where they plan to build their mansion.
Right outside of the Spectre Forest, yes. That's where the land was bought.
I'm wondering
Oh,
if
boy.
there's any particular reason why my father would have chosen this specific plot of land for us to build.
Yeah, we were doing some research earlier tonight, and we just heard some random folklore and stories that there's specters that sort of roam the area, and that their numbers are increasing. But that's all we really know about the area. So we're just trying to do some more research about it.
Yes, I've been to the Spectre Forest. It's been some time ago since I've been there, but and I say this as I'm eating, so I've got food in my mouth and it's spilling out because I'm being ravenous.
Any other prey pain to cast, so.
Right.
So I say,
Yeah.
there. So do you understand? Or do you know what a spectre is?
It's some sort of spirit, but that's all I really know about it. I
A
don't know.
ghost of sorts?
Yes. So it's a ghost. It's got unfinished business.
I don't know if they're harmful or
Very,
not.
very hateful
Okay.
beings. But from the time that I was there, I mean, I nearly lost a life. But hey, lives are a dime a dozen these days.
Especially if you're around me.
I can tell you that this probably was not the best investment.
Why do you say
The
that?
property outside of the Spectre Forest is going to have to be heavily defended 24/7. Specifically after dark, because that is when the Spectres do most of their hunting and their attacking. And as you already know, the numbers increase every year. So since I've been there,
Do they
It's
stay in the
multiplied.
forest or do they stray
What-
far outside of it?
what did you say?
Do they tend to leave the forest at all or do they stray very far from it at all?
I don't know. I don't believe that they do. They're held to that forest for some reason, but they don't. As far as I know, they don't. What's that?
Nobody said anything.
You're
I was
playing
on my
your own
phone.
character well.
It's the voices.
What? I can't hear you.
Yeah, they don't go outside the forest.
Do you know why their numbers are increasing? And why they're drawn there? Any idea?
Something in the middle of that forest. There's something that's just been festering there for years and years, and it just draws them in. I've yet to find out or I'll come to understand why, but yeah, that is the main place for the Spectre Party. It's a bumping over there. So just be prepared if that's where we're building this fort. We have
Okay.
to defend it all the
Oh,
time.
well, thanks, Emerald. That's all. It's actually all the information we really needed about that. I guess maybe you can help us with trying to figure out what kind of protection we need for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna need some for sure.
All right.
Uh,
And so I show him the letters. Emerald, like here's some of these letters that we found in my grandfather's desk.
Mhm.
My family just trades with 4 different groups. So I guess businessmen, the dwarves, the elves, giants, and halflings. And
What was your surname again? Your family name?
my grandfather and mother's family, they're the Duskmere.
So can I do like just maybe a history check or something and like my background to see if that name rings a bell or if like I have anything to draw on from what she's showing me?
Duskmere is
Sure.
is
Go
my-
ahead and make a history check.
And I don't know. Have I told anyone? I guess everyone
21.
knows that Kraok is.
You have heard the name Duskbearer, but you don't really know of any type of trade routes or anything that they dealt with. No.
Okay.
And also that's my mother's name. That's attached to my grandfather and all his business. But I have another name, and that's Kraok, and that is from my elven father.
Now, without even rolling, because you know this, you living in the Black Forest, you know that Kraok actually resides. He runs the elves that watch over the Black Forest.
Yes, he's the king as far as I've been told, yes?
Yes. However, in your part of the forest, he's more on the east side. Like, the elves pretty much hold down the east side of the forest, but the west side has kind of took on a life of its own. It's
Untamed.
It's untamed, yeah, and that's where you're from. But you have heard of Kraok.
Okay. Yes, I know Kraok. That name is very popular in the forest.
But you know him to be a very good king, though. Like, very,
Yes.
very well respected.
Yes. Yes, I never lived on that side, but from all the things I've heard, your family and your father's side is very, very well respected in that forest, so kudos to you.
Well, I've actually never met him before.
Wait, this is your father or your grandfather?
My father.
You've never met your father?
No, I have absolutely no relationship with him. I guess it's kind of maybe what my mother wanted. I don't know. My mother used to joke when I would say that I wanted the Duskmere last name, and she told me that having Kraok was the best gift he could have given me. But not until recently did I.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, did I learn that he's a king from seeing Sally when we went and spoke with her.
Yes, that woman is
apparently-
wild.
Apparently, Baltimore is my brother, Cass.
Yeah.
That's
Apparently
something
he's
new
married.
that I didn't even talk to. Baltimore acts weird towards me and avoids eye contact. It's because we just discovered that we're a brother and sister.
And that's on your mother's side? Is that
On our
what I-
father's side, his father is Kraok as well.
Wait, what? Really?
Yes.
Interesting. I do remember something being said about that. All right, well, so what's the current plan? You guys are just trying to make some plans for...
Give
Yeah.
me 1 second, because
Okay.
I want to go back to them, because I don't want them
That
to...
mean you guys are supposed to have
Yeah, that's fine.
So, you wake up, and you see the searing flames, and you see Rahuun, still blinking, assessing the situation, throws his axe. Or sorry, that was already thrown. You hear a
That's not fair. What the
Just help her up.
fuck?
Place her over by the onto the bed. That's why they told you to tie me up.
I fucking did.
Chug, 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 chug.
What
chug,
is
chug,
wrong
chug,
with
chug,
you?
chug,
What is-
chug, chug, chug.
What the fuck is inside of you?
Chug, 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 chug.
You seriously?
I have no
Do
idea.
you have any more of that potion? I'm not feeling too well.
Not gonna do much.
Okay, fine.
But
I need
I
a rest,
give her-
but
I
not
give her
fucking near
another-
you.
I give her another one. There you
What is it?
go.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, okay.
And
They give you a lot of gold.
For,
Yeah,
the,
bitch.
for the first time,
I paid
for the first time, for the first time, you begin to have this feeling that maybe Rahuun is not exactly Rahuun, or at least not the dwarf that you remember him to be. And maybe he's actually been going through or is going through things that you don't understand.
I don't even know what to say to you right now. What? You have no idea what's going on with you.
Nope.
So, like, you just go around attacking people in your sleep?
Yep.
And are you doing anything to figure out why?
Saw this crazy bitch named Seeing Sally, but she didn't really answer much.
And I'm guessing you didn't really ask her anything, and you probably went off the handle and left, right?
Well,
Sort of
she
who you
started
were-
it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Probably
Excuse me.
for, yeah? Yes?
So,
We've heard some disturbances from others reporting. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's great, baby. You come here to, is this the same person who we starred with our lovemaking? I look at him and I just wink and I'm like, came here to, join the fun too?
fuck off.
Eh?
Yeah.
Eh?
No.
Yes,
and-
everything's fine. Close the door in his face. Yes?
There's blood on the floor. Is there something I need to be aware of before I call the constables?
It's fine. We had a little row. I'm like,
She bites hard.
Is there anyone else in the room?
it's just us.
No?
May I please take a look?
Just fucking muttering. I'm gonna pull the blankets up around me,
Okay.
Cover the cuts and shit from
Yeah.
this fucking axe.
I don't know if you did hear me or not, but I did say that like clean off my axe and everything in dream state. So I don't know if that was during live. So
She comes in and she starts looking around. And she like starts lifting up like the trunks and any like dressers or anything. And she's like, she walks out. She closes the door behind her.
Oh, they throw on some candy.
Basically.
Yeah.
Food is okay with that. Look, I don't know what's wrong with me, and I probably need to just get locked up into a temple or something.
Fucking do.
But
She's over you,
I'll
man.
just make this easy for you, and I'll just get out of here. You keep the room for the night and rest up. I'm just gonna go for a walk. So I leave the room.
Wait.
I don't wait.
Fucking hitting me.
Naked.
You are naked.
Oh yeah.
Contemplating it. Because I don't really need anything. Other than my axe. I go back in and I put my belt on. I grab
Wait,
my axe.
do not fucking leave. I need to rest, but how can I find you? we need to
Seem
discuss
be
is we
doing
need.
that pretty well so far. I mean, I'll be at Finn and Glorious probably later.
Okay. But we need to figure out what's wrong with you. We need to clear your name. There's a lot of shit we need to do.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get drunk.
You want to get drunk? You're not gonna do it on your shitty shit.
No. On contrary. I'm not getting drunk because I'm getting too used to my shitty shit that I have. And I will continue to chug my drink and just walk out. Take a walk.
Take a walk.
I'm staying for a minute, and I'm fucking hurting, so I'm gonna sleep.
Oh. You
Past the front desk and I look at the person I go, killed the mood. Walk out.
Way to kill a mood.
Sounds good.
Threw off my groove, man.
So you go out. You notice that it's a full moon out tonight.
Is it a nice, cool,
Yeah.
crisp?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Thoughts
wish
of
I had that armor piece now, so it would represent how cold it really is outside.
yeah. Thoughts of your home take you as you really start to kind of think, about the time that you've had, and what memories, what other memories do you not remember? And you just kind of walk, you pass Finn and Gloriums, everything seems to be quiet, guards are out, but they're kind of doing their thing. You hear the occasional chatter, certain individuals.
How far away is our new estate?
It's about a day out from where you're at right now.
It's not built though.
It's not built, it's just a plot of land.
Yeah, but I know where it is. It's
Yeah.
just one of those things, like I was gonna just kind of go there.
Yeah,
and
it's a
start
half a
looking
day
around.
out from the city border.
Alright, no worries. Then, I'm gonna go to the Coliseum.
Sure. You go to the Coliseum.
I just stand outside the front of it.
It's massive.
Oh yeah, I just stand outside the front of it.
The texture of everything seems to be awesome. You take a minute, you study the stonework. After some time, you begin to see this actually is something that's different. You're familiar with dwarven, craftsmanship. You're also familiar with elven because you keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. This one seems almost unified. In the different bricks, you see elven and dwarven make. You kind of get the sense that this Colosseum was not only built by dwarves, but by elves.
Nice.
Working together.
I get close to it and I inspect the wall, I kind of trace my fingertips across it to feel all the different stone. And I'll finish with me kind of putting my back against it, slide down, continue drinking my mug, and daydreaming about being a champion gladiator and stuff, fighting in this Coliseum.
Sure.
Until the alcohol takes effect and I just kind of pass out from this tiredness and stuff.
So you head outside the Coliseum. You three, go ahead. You finish your thoughts.
Emerald, I don't know if I told you or Cass, whenever we had the time stone, me, Baltimore, and Rahuun
What's
got...
a time stone?
Oh man, Cass, I'm sorry, there's just so much we haven't caught you up on. Well, there was Meadora, who is
What's the time sheet? I'll show
Rahuun's
you.
betrothed, a woman he's supposed to marry.
Rahuun's betrothed.
Yeah, he's... So,
Yeah.
Rahuun is
About the
betrothed.
same Rahuun.
Yes, he's betrothed.
The reason why I'm
And
drinking
so-
more than usual.
She appeared... I don't remember how to start.
Keep in mind, he still has a demon inside of him.
Yeah, we don't know what's inside him. So we each got this time stone, and it took us back into
Wait, by
the
you,
past.
by you each. Do you
Me?
mean everybody except for me?
No, Emerald wasn't there either. It was me, Rahuun, and Baltimore.
Okay.
And so we each got this time zone, and it took us back into our past. Rahuun, I wasn't there with Rahuun yet. Rahuun and Baltimore traveled back into Rahuun's time, and I only know of what they've told me. But I went to my house, I opened the door, and I was in the Glee Forest, and I ended up running into Rahuun and Baltimore there, and I recognized the forest, and it brought me back to when the night that the orcs came and attacked our village and killed my sister and took away my mom.
Is that
And-
how you figured out that you and Baltimore are related?
Yes. So I wanted to stop my sister from being killed, and she looked at me like my sister from that time, like looked at me, this adult me, and somehow recognized me and told me to let it be. Like, it was weird. It was like a voice inside my head and my soul. So I didn't. So I had to watch her be killed again. And then I saw my mother being dragged away by these orcs. And for the first time ever, I noticed that she had a little bit of like a bump in her belly. And she was pregnant. And so I just ran and I followed her to where this village or this area or town, I don't know what it is, I've never been there before, and I looked for my mom, and then I looked for my brother, I looked for a baby, and found my baby, my brother, and he was in this ritual with other like clerics or religious people, and there was multiple babies in the circle.
Make a history check.
What? Okay. Ooh. 25. I got a 19, and then I'm proficient in it, so that's 19 plus 6.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
You, as you're saying this, you get thrown back to that vision.
Okay.
Not necessarily for your brother, who's there crying,
Yeah.
but to the other
Babies.
three.
The other 3 babies, yeah.
You vividly remember one being an elf, one being a tiefling, the other being a dragonborn. And you begin to see very, very similar color, textures, very, like, just very minor because the baby changes.
Yeah.
But you distinctly remember hearing the different names, like, just very barely. But the one that sticks out to you is Krukas. You can
Krukas or
continue.
Krayok? No,
Krayok.
Krukas.
Krukas.
Yeah, Krukas is Animal's brother.
Keep going.
Okay. So Krayok is me and Baltimore's last names. I want to make sure. So
Yeah.
Krukas.
Go ahead, finish it up.
Okay, so remembering that, getting that flashback, there's 4 babies total. One of them, I think it's Baltimore. I think that he's my brother, based on, I'll continue telling you. And there was 3 other babies. One was an elven child. One was a tiefling, and the other was a dragonborn. And I heard the name Krukas. And
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
that's your brother, right?
Yes. How
and
old or how long ago was this ritual you said?
it's over 16 years, because I was about 16 at the time.
Human years.
Human years. What? I was 16. Well, I'm like, I don't know. I'm 32
Wait, aren't
now.
you half elf though?
I am half elf.
Yeah, no, you're not 16. You were 16 in human years,
Is Baltimore
Yeah.
but
Dragonborn?
try like a couple hundred.
So like, how old am I then? So in human years, I'm 32 now. And at the time, I was 16, so I don't know what that means. We'll discuss that out of game.
you were like 126 or something.
Because I'm
Yeah.
half elf, so I don't even know what that means. I was like younger though. I don't know how that works. So we'll discuss that because I have no idea.
There was at one point where you were actually 16.
Yeah,
but
yeah. but
Yeah.
You're half elf, so you're at least 100 and something.
Yeah, you're.
We'll discuss that.
We'll discuss that.
Okay, and
Don't know your
So,
character's age? Fake player alert. Just kidding.
I
just
know.
kidding.
I said 16 and 32.
She's actually
he
an
never,
NPC.
he
Oh,
never
man.
corrected me. I don't know how that works.
Scrabble
Okay,
word.
anyways, so there was a ritual going on, and they were speaking a language I didn't recognize. Baltimore understood some of it because he was there with me traveling to that time, and the different colors like lit up around each of the child. They each had their own unique color, and they surrounded each baby and did their chant until they completely changed to whatever was going on. In Baltimore, 2 different colors came up, and it was like a battle between the 2, and he was never one whole color. I don't know if this makes sense at all. I'm just trying
So
to.
there was
Well,
Baltimore and there was Krukos. There was
Yeah, so
Baltimore
what
and
happened
there
with
was
Krukos
I
at the
don't.
time?
I don't know what happened with any of the children. Each one person walked up and took a baby and walked away. And
Well, the reason I ask is because if this is the case and Krukos and Baltimore were together, that means that they would have to be the same age. And that means Baltimore is much, much older than he actually appears.
Dragonborns and half-elves have different life spans.
So is their development different as well?
Correct.
Okay. So the Krukos might actually be older than Baltimore at the time.
You don't know. You also don't know at what age did they get pulled.
True. Interesting. Okay, keep going.
So there was Baltimore, Krukos, an elf, and a
actually
tiefling.
8 years
Yes.
old, but he's just still
And-
baby form.
And why I think this is Baltimore is because they said the name Creoke, and that's my father's name and his father's name. So, I don't. It ended after that. I didn't really get much more. I've tried talking to Baltimore about it, but he hasn't said much, and there's not much he remembers from that time either. But because we're constantly wondering about what's inside Baltimore. Like, I don't think he even
Well, if
understands
there's
it.
something inside of him, do you think there's something inside of the other babies that were part of the ritual?
Yes, I think he's like part of some sort of like, I don't know, special group. Like, I don't even know.
Ancient cult.
Yeah,
the
some
word
sort
you're
of
looking
some
for.
sort of power, or gods or deities. So
This might explain why Krukos and Baltimore, from what I could tell at the prison, why they didn't see eye to eye. But that's for another time and place. Well, okay, so we know about the time stone now.
Oh, why weren't you and I part of this? Why did it just seem to pick you?
You're not part of the cool kids.
I don't know.
You guys all of a sudden
Why
hear
did you stay? I'm the one in the mansion.
A knock.
I'm not there.
All right.
almost like a hard knock at the door, the
Okay.
front door, and we're talking like
In the middle of the
4 in
night.
the morning.
4 in the morning. Okay.
At Finn and Gloria's or at her house?
At my
Her
house.
Everybody's
okay.
at her house right now. But
I-
like amongst like the studying and all this like discussion, like time's just been rolling.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, I'm gonna turn off the light in here because remember, there's people after my family.
Oi!
Correct.
Open the
So,
door!
You guys aren't here, so I'm gonna go to the door. Have my back just in case.
Oi!
I'm coming. Have patience. I wanna pretend.
If I accidentally attack
I'm
the
gonna-
guard in my sleep.
I'm gonna pretend like
Taking
I'm like
you
kind of
around.
just waking up, like I'm startled. I'm gonna rattle my hair. I'm gonna look disheveled.
Make a performance.
Come on, you can just shovel yourself in moments.
You're trying to act tired. Go ahead.
All right, I am tired. Hold on, what am I doing?
No,
Performance.
are you sure you can see
Performance.
the number?
Yeah, it takes a moment. I gotta get the glare right. 14 plus
$26
5.
net.
19.
Thank you.
Shut up! Stop making fun of my time.
Just
old.
paint them. Just paint them.
I will.
19.
I
So,
don't want.
you open the door, you act tired, and you look down and you see 2 dwarves, and then right behind them you see Rahuun. Like,
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
and they say, "Oi, are you Treya?"
Yes, I
Am I? Am I drunk? Am I like?
You're passed out drunk.
I'm like passed out drunk.
Right.
Okay. Little
Is this your friend?
Little things are coming out like.
Yes.
uh,
Yes, that's.
May I ask what his name is?
Rahuun.
Last name?
Oh.
I don't know his last name.
Do you know where he's from?
No, he's been a traveler, but
Do you know if he's from the Great Barrier?
I don't remember. Hold on, look at that real quick. I'm not sure.
Are you lying?
Yes, I'm lying.
Hey,
Well,
so-
no, she's not. She's not.
Well, actually, because
She's not. I've never.
I don't
I've never
know.
told. I've never
No.
told her that I'm from the Great Reef. I've never told anybody. I'm
No,
from the
no,
Great
no,
Reef.
yeah.
For her, she knows.
Because that's, yeah, Rahuun doesn't share information with me.
No.
And I guess just in my mind, because
But
like,
don't we know that because of the dreams?
What dreams?
Never mind.
so I do write
No.
down, because of seeing Sally, she did say his name and did say Iron Wall. So,
Oh God.
she's,
Sally.
so seeing Sally out of you, because I wrote that down
So,
after that,
so
so
if
that
you want to lie, roll a deception check. If you want to reevaluate what you say, reevaluate.
no, I'm lying.
Okay.
Well, I'm not there.
'Cause I don't
Well,
know.
am. I'm
You are
past
there, but
that.
you're gone.
I'm past that.
Yeah.
Roll a deception check.
Ain't nobody better than me.
Look, man. Don't know where.
Why isn't it now that the demon comes out and fucking like?
Yo, why is it that?
Hold on. So what is it? Performance?
We have to do something with the A.
Or deception, isn't it?
Oh, deception or performance?
Yes.
Deception.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I got
Can
it.
I, DM? May I just do one of these like to make this scene better?
Sure.
Just like I pop up real quick. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Pass back
Sure.
out again. Like,
Sure.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Number.
Oh, I know.
Huh?
Number
It's a 7.
7. Just had a look last night. I don't believe you. If you don't tell me where he's from, we might have issues. However, we might be a friend.
The thing is him and I have only been traveling together for so long, and he doesn't really say much. I really don't know much about him. He only really shares his name. He's very private about his stuff, so I couldn't tell you honestly
That's enough. Right there. Ready? Would it be like?
that
Yep.
that I know him or not.
Very well. We'll go ahead and take him out of your way for you. Appreciate it.
You can leave him here. I have guest rooms, and he can.
Oh,
sleep.
no. Don't even worry about it. We'll take care of him.
Actually, I don't know who you are. So, I mean, do you have some sort of identification? Are you a constable of some sort?
No. My name is, let me make sure.
No. Don't let it be my brothers.
Don't let him.
No, because they would know it's you. They would know it's
They
you.
would know it's you, though.
They would know
yeah,
it's
that'd be
you.
hilarious.
But you don't know if they're just doing some kind of.
A weird thing.
Oh man, that'd be.
That'd be hilarious.
My name is Garvant. Garvant. From Kappa.
From Kappa? Okay.
Oh.
And my associate here is Darren Hall. He's from Strength Steel.
Where did you say you found him?
By the Coliseum.
Okay.
Out passed away drunk.
Yeah, that sounds like Rahuun.
If
Well,
this is indeed Rahuun, he probably should be taking great care of himself, essentially see how he has this. And they pull out like a wanted poster with like his sketch, and it's a
okay,
pretty
so this
detailed
is
sketch.
this is brand new information for me. So I'm gonna like lay
But
on.
you see the actual like thing, like the actual
You
like
know?
the amount, and it's 1,000 runics.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't even know what that is. However,
I
underneath,
wouldn't know what that is because I've been
Well,
with
just-
money.
just
you never,
listen,
you
just
never
listen.
did it.
Just
Okay.
listen.
However, underneath, like in terms of like gold, it's 1 million gold,
Holy shit.
Yeah.
and it says dead. It says dead or alive.
Oh man. Okay.
So again, I have to ask you: is this
This is
right? Of the Iron Wall, of course, of course.
Oh shit.
The other one, brother. Let's just take him and be going with it. No. We made a deal. We would keep.
It could be him. they're gonna take him. So I stand by
Just-
my. Oh.
DM, can I help her with the thinking process of this? Just because again she is
Be
still
careful
kind
with
of
your
new.
words.
I understand.
Not him.
So, thinking process of this. They've come to your house. They've knocked on the door and they've lightly asked.
Yeah, and they showed me this potion they didn't have to.
So, that's all I'm really gonna say. I hope that doesn't. I hope that's okay.
Okay.
But just
Yeah.
small details like that. Think about. You don't. So.
Yeah, because okay, so I grab the paper, I look at it, and I kind of laughed to myself. I laughed about the whole situation because,
I would
of course, Rahuun would. I'm gonna say this out loud. Of course, Rahuun would be in some sort of trouble like this and not tell me this at all. Have you heard of C and Sally?
A what?
All right. So Rahuun never personally told me where he was from or if he's from Ironwall, but
The brother is like
I've heard,
fucking loony.
but
You don't say.
but I have heard from others that
I'm drunk.
that he indeed is Rahuun from Ironwall, and
Ah, very well. They kind of grab him, just chuck him inside. They say, "We'll be staying here for the night," and they just come in and just close the door.
Yes.
And they're like, and who are you and where are you from and what do you have to do with Rahuun? And choose your words carefully, madam.
my name is Atreya Duskmere. This is my family's residence.
Ooh.
I met Rahuun when I was aboard the Skyhaven, and we stopped to pick up some stragglers who just fought a whole bunch of
Skyhaven? The Sky Streaker.
yes. And there was a big war going on, and they were holding off some goblins. Was it? Goblins, and yeah, went down and helped them out, and then we just ended up crossing paths and helping each other out here and there. And he's been helping out me with some of my family situation. And
Did he tell you about his family situation?
no, he told me absolutely nothing.
Oh.
Like, yeah, he walks
Grab
away.
a seat, please.
Let me make you guys
Yes.
some food.
No. We don't have much time. You
Okay,
see.
all right. Yeah, please tell me.
We are not the only ones that have gotten word that Rahuun is here in the city. There are others probably on their way currently right now. So just be prepared.
Are Cass and I hearing this?
No. You hear the door open,
Do
you
we
hear some
hear
chatter,
anything?
but you don't hear anything really. You just hear chatter. Because you guys are essentially upstairs in the
Office.
office thing.
Gotcha.
Can I make the scene a little bit better?
Feel free to.
Can I, in my drunken state, get up, go to a corner, and just go to the back? No.
You are
Cat's
out,
back
Dawn.
out
You are
again.
literally out.
So, Gurvan, what were you saying about his family? So why is he wanted? What is this poster? This is my first time hearing about it.
He killed his cousin on like the night before her wedding, or his wedding. Sorry,
Huh.
he was seen, and then fleeing the scene, and in the process destroyed his forge.
That's interesting because it doesn't sound like Rahuun to destroy his forge.
Exactly, unless he indeed committed the crime. However, we have just recently gotten into information that one of his brothers, has actually set him up.
His brother set him up?
Yeah,
Which brother?
his oldest.
Do you know his name?
I did. This name escapes me.
Alright.
You know it. Thank you. Just so that way I can. Now we don't have to go looking it up.
Hold on.
Oldest brother.
I thought I would. It's like one of those things I thought I was gonna remember, but then I got to it and I was like,
It's either Enos or Mitchin.
Enos.
Enos.
Yes, Enos. Set him up, along with his father.
Enos and his father set up for him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Do you know? sorry to ask you 1,000 questions, but do you know why they would do this?
Rahuun was a bastard.
You're the bastard, man.
So there has been different claims on what Rahuun's claim to be. Some say that his mother was, and you see that they start to get almost edgy because they don't want to go. They're still dwarves. They're still like very stubborn about how they give previous information. Let's just say that he could have more to the throne than he may think. However, both some of the houses, families, and allies have gotten together, and we believe that we are going to try and take back the Iron Wall. But we need an Iron Wall in place, and nor Enos nor Mitchell will do it. We sent someone to talk to Mitchin, and he died.
The person who was sent.
Right on the horse.
Well, I'm glad that you all found him and not the others. Do you know of when they'll be arriving or how they found out? Or?
We don't know. We got about 3-day head start.
Okay. We do have plans to travel and leave the city soon. We've made some arrangements with horses and things like that.
Very well. We will. We're gonna go meet up with our other individuals that we brought. When Rahuun wakes up, let him know that he still has allies within the Iron Wall.
Okay.
And when he's ready, fly the banner. His banner.
Okay. Is there anything specific that I could tell him? If I guess maybe just saying that would be enough, because he's very secretive with his life and information. So I'm worried that he might be weary of this information that I'm giving him. Is there something I could say that he can know that I'm on his side, that he'll trust me? Because even though we've been allies for a while now, I don't know, truthfully, how he feels about me sometimes. So,
If he is indeed Rahuun, tell him my name. We were friends once, a long time ago.
okay.
Anyway,
I know you're in a. I know you said you're in a hurry, but is there anything I can get for you? I don't have much, but I have food. I can.
now, we are self-sufficient. We will be fine.
All right.
We do appreciate your time.
Thank you for bringing him.
Oh, and when he wakes, do slug him in the face for him.
With pleasure.
I like.
And they
So
just
they were
open the
friends.
door and they just leave themselves. Like, they're very just blunt to the
Yeah.
point. Get out.
That's why they were my friend.
All right. So wherever Rahuun is, that's where he's gonna lay.
right in front of the couch.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll put a blanket on him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go to Cass and Emerald upstairs, and so you guys aren't gonna believe what I just. And
What's that?
so who was just knocking on the door was no one. Oh, do I have the little wanted?
The little
So two dwarves were knocking on the door, and they were holding on to Rahuun. He was found drunk in front of the Coliseum. And then they asked me his name and if I knew where he was from. So of course I wanted to say no. But then they showed me this.
What?
It's a big wanted poster. You can explain it.
Okay, hold on. But they heard what we said earlier.
Yeah.
So they know what it is. It's a wanted poster with Rahuun's name on it. For like 1 million gold pieces, basically.
$1 million?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, turn that motherfucker. Get that gold.
He was thought to have killed his cousin the night before his wedding, probably to his betrothed, Meadora, and he fled, burning the forge in his wake. But he was set up by and betrayed by his older brother and his father. So these were his allies that luckily found him, but he has enemies that are on their way now to come and take Rahuun away, dead or alive. So
Are they still here?
no, they left. They came in, told me the information, and were gone.
Where have they gone? What's their plan?
They're meeting up with other allies. They're trying to come together and help restore Rahuun's name and rebuild the Iron Wall back to its former glory. And
From the way it sounded like they were going to do a full-on revolt on the king.
it sounded like they were going to do a full revolt on the king. They seemed like they wanted to take Iron Wall back, and they were not happy with how it's been.
But, like,
Really?
yeah, and you still got that feeling that they still have that sense of, like, duty and brotherhood and, like, tradition.
Yeah.
And only an Iron Wall can be on the throne.
So Iron Wall's the last name. Then like a lineage of people.
Interesting.
You'd have to ask me.
Yeah, because see, like when they say Iron Wall, I'm thinking it's like the name of a town, you know, like Iron Wall, like symbolic of maybe possibly there was once an iron wall somewhere. That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can see now why Rahuun wasn't very forthcoming. It's hard to trust people when you're betrayed by someone close to you. I don't know if he knows if it was his father or brother doing this.
Does restoration cure
But-
drunkenness?
So there's a lot for us to look into with my family,
Like
Rahuun's
poison.
family, with Baltimore, Cass's
Yeah.
father. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to go to sleep and try to.
Well, I just woke up.
Oh, please.
I've been meditating for a while. I'm assuming I'm not exhausted anymore.
No.
Thank God. But yeah, we can sleep, and we need to come up with some type of game plan. Because right now, everybody's got different objectives, and if we're not careful, the group will split up, and then we'll all die. So, speaking from someone who has died,
Sleeping. Alright, yeah, that sounds good. Well, we're all here. Baltimore's sleeping. Rahuun's passed out downstairs. I think I'm gonna grab some stuff and sleep downstairs just to make sure that everything stays good downstairs. And then I guess we'll just talk about this tomorrow.
yeah, we're gonna have to.
Oh, and Cass, there's some other stuff that happened with the time traveling, but I'll catch you up in the morning.
Alright. So who's going to bed?
I'm going to bed. I'm gonna go
Downstairs,
Yeah,
work out.
set it up, whatever.
You're out. You're out.
I'm fully rested, right?
You're well rested, yeah?
Yeah, so it's 4 or 5 a.m., I'll just chill.
Since when you were at Finland Glorious before.
Hey, you were at St. Lawrence, you slept, you're good.
Then I'm just gonna keep going with your stuff in the office.
Okay, this will count as one full night that you're not getting rest. It will count as
Okay,
one
well, then
exhaustion.
I'll rest.
Okay. So you rest. So everybody's resting except for Emerald. Emerald, the night kind of goes through. You're just kind of like, looking at papers and whatnot.
The night or the morning?
Throughout the morning. This was 4 in the morning that all this was going down.
Yeah.
So what languages do you actually know?
Let me check. Common and Elvish. That is it. Unless I picked up some throughout my travels.
Make an investigation check.
Okay, I can do that. Is there one specific one, or is it I'm just looking over all of the...
That's what we're about to find out.
Gotcha. 16.
Yeah. After really kind of taking your time, because you have time,
Yes.
you come across yet another trap, like another hidden doorway, so to speak.
Oh, good.
And it's on the side, and it's not actually in the office. It's actually in what looks to be the master room. You kind of go over, like, you're just kind of going through all of it. Not going through any personals, because, you want to keep it, nice, but, you notice that the door, like, the dresser has a mirror, and then you were going to go past the dresser, but then you realized that there was something on the side there, so you actually, like, stick your hand behind the mirror, and you feel what seems to be, like, an envelope of sorts, and you pull it out, and, in Elvish, you start seeing a bunch of letters, very small letters, almost like little telegrams, like stuff that you would, very, very quick. And all of which seem to be like love letters or love notes or confession of love or talking about their days or their nights or the forest.
How many of these is there? Is there just one?
There's
one.
There's multiple. You can tell it comes from different weeks apart because back then it was slower to get mail. But you notice that all of them are addressed as Krayok.
Okay, they're addressed to or as
As Krayok. So it says love Krayok.
Oh.
And addressed to Duskmere.
Okay.
My mom is Giselle.
Thank
Last name technically.
So
before she gets,
obviously I, kind of look around to see if anybody's up, and
Oh crap! Duskmere is my made up. It's a made up name. Glassmere is the real one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Glassmere. Great.
Glass-
You have like 50 different names.
I know. Glassmere is my mom's family name. Duskmere is a made up name.
But she has.
When I was traveling.
And then
People
you
know
like.
my identity.
If you look at the different names, there's a couple of names there. You actually see Glassmere, Duskmere, and then you actually see it change to Sea Glass.
That's my stepfather's last name.
Okay.
But still always addressed as Love Krayok.
So it goes from Glassmere to Desmere to Sea Glass?
To Glassmere, Duskmere, Sea Glass.
Okay. So can I tell if there's these are 3 different people or the same person or?
No, all the same person.
But it's just evolved. The name's evolved.
Yeah, you can tell that it's from the same person.
Yeah.
But the names keep changing. The name keeps changing to who it's to.
The person who wrote it is the same. The person it's going to is different.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna take these letters and just gonna find a spot in the master room and sit down and start reading. Be nosy.
Alright.
I'm gonna be nosy.
Like I said, it's just a whole bunch of love letters. There's nothing really crazy, but you do come to find out that it is Atreya's father who writes these love notes. Krayok.
That's it? There's nothing else?
It's just a whole bunch of love notes, bro. I can go into it if you really want me to. But...
No, it's fine. I just didn't know if there was anything pertinent to our search or. It's fine. No, it's good.
Yeah. So you all wake up. Each of you finding you heading. You're like, this is ridiculous.
Also,
You're like, I thought you were
noticing the fact that I'm not at the Coliseum anymore either.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of
And I'm
stand up for a second,
sleeping
quickly.
somewhere on the floor, kind of near you.
You're
stand up
probably
quickly.
sat on couch stuff.
Oh, I'm
Like,
definitely
he's
on
on
the
the floor,
couch.
you're probably on the
yeah.
couch.
stand up quickly and I'm shuffling around.
You see
We're
Atreya, she's there, and she just kind of looks up at you.
Alright, cool. When did I get here?
Probably around 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, did I walk here?
No, actually, you were carried here by 2 dwarves.
Okay. Were they city guard?
Nope.
Who were they then?
I'm fucking with him because
Sure,
he kept
go for it.
secrets.
You see Atreya in a nice nightgown.
Whoa!
messing with him. I was like,
Trey, you know I'm betrothed, right?
she lowered the AC to get a little nippy.
I don't think she'll like this. I mean, I'm cool with it.
This is very good. It's not what I expected, but okay.
Wasn't what I expected either, trust me.
You're like,
What?
No, they didn't show any identification. Rahuun, what did you say your last name was again?
Blackwell.
Blackwell. Interesting. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's technically my last name.
Okay. Well, they showed me this, and I don't unroll a paper. I'm just like, it's super weird, but I
Grab
hand
it,
paper.
unroll it. I see all of that, and I'm like, shit, fucking famous.
Yeah.
Put that in my bag. Don't let go of that.
All right. So I actually have to be serious. I have. So it
I
was
mean, you guys,
I just look at her.
Emerald and Cass, you guys do wake up. You guys are just upstairs.
Well,
Okay.
Emerald's been awake.
So do I
Oh,
do I
yeah.
hear this?
so.
Yeah, you hear commotion start happening downstairs.
So I'm
So
gonna
to be
go.
serious though, the two dwarves, they gave me their names.
Yes.
One of them is Garvant from Kappa,
Ah,
and the other one is Darren Hall.
what? And they're not here?
No.
Where are they?
Emerald, you show up.
They came and they were looking, they found you, but they said that they heard of your whereabouts here, and so have others. And he said that there's enemies that are here coming after you. He said that they learned that you have been betrayed, that you really didn't kill your cousin, and that it was your oldest brother, Enos, and your father that are responsible for this betrayal.
I knew that rotten bastard had something to do with this.
Rahuun,
Yeah.
why have you never told us this?
Think of it from my point of view.
Cass, you're upstairs. You also hear rumbling downstairs.
I've been traveling by
You,
myself.
you hear this.
I have no one I can trust, especially my own family. Now that I definitely have confirmation that they betrayed me. Most people have wanted to kill me since they've met me, and
Yeah, you're worth $1 million.
now I'm worth $1 million.
Gold.
I
Gold,
mean-
gold, sorry. Gold pieces.
I mean, can you kind of see why I probably didn't want to, and plus to also have the crime be the fact that I was the one who killed my best friend / cousin and his betrothed. I don't really want to talk about that kind of stuff, okay? Like, it's just not who I am.
Understandably.
No, I
You guys,
understand.
you guys hear.
Sorry. Okay, so like I said, there's other people that are coming for you, Rahuun. So maybe go somewhere and hide. I don't know.
Wait, hold on. I listened one more time for the bang.
You hear it again.
No, I think I know who that is.
All right.
I go and I open the door.
You open the door and you see her.
Yeah.
You
Hi, honey.
You see Rahuun, and then behind him you see. Have you guys actually met?
No, we haven't.
Uh,
we met.
Oh, yeah.
Gave her a thingy.
Yeah, before you left at the end, because you were with us at the end.
I
Sorry.
was like,
Yeah,
this is here. I was like,
I
here.
I didn't remember the
And I'm
beginning
looking at a trail. Like,
of all that stuff. So I'm sorry. I see you.
Oh.
All right, girls.
And I'm
If
like,
you're gonna gossip all
Yeah,
time, let me get
you guys-
drunk
you
again
guys-
first,
You
okay?
see,
So
you
like,
see
hey.
Atreya. You see Atreya in a gown on the couch.
Oh, she
I'm
is
wearing.
a-
I am
Yeah,
wearing
she
a
took
gown.
some, yeah, you take off your armor at night. And then you also see another girl. What's your charisma?
She's
mine?
oh yeah, she's attractive. Mine's a 20. I'm attractive.
Oh yeah, so yeah. You see Atreya, who's
Mine's 10.
very attractive.
Mine's
You
10.
you see another attractive girl also coming
But I'm
down the
looking at a
stairway,
trail like,
Wait.
and you see her like,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Meet my wife. My soon-to-be wife.
Punch him.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
I hit that. I'm like, oh, I probably deserve
That
it. I look
yeah.
over at a tray at
And
this
that
time.
reminds me, and I punched him too.
Ugh. All right.
That was for
I don't think I
Garmont.
Okay, yeah, I deserve
It was from Garmont.
I go wipe
And then
it
I
off
also
my
punch
nose
him.
and stuff.
Hey!
Hey! Don't test your luck, Kendall. I will kill you again.
That's been coming for some time now.
Alright. Is there... Cass, you want to get a free lick in this one too?
It's all good.
Alright, cool. I just like do the snot rocket of blood out of my nose and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I'm like, alright, if everybody's done hitting me, we can discuss about what's going on.
What's going on?
Well,
Please come in, Meador.
I don't know.
Please
I'm
come
not
in.
that
Thank
intelligent.
you.
Does anybody else know what's going on?
Okay.
I come in and close the door behind
So,
me.
Meadora.
Yeah.
There has been some allies that have found out from where you all are from.
The Iron Wall.
The Iron Wall, from the Iron Wall, that Rahuun is indeed innocent, that he was betrayed.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, I didn't know if you still loved him, and I'm just now finding out he's a wanted man. But it was his brother, and father that betrayed him, Enos.
Enos?
Yeah.
So 2 Dwarvens,
So let's go.
Garmont and Darren Hall.
Do
here.
what? Take on the whole Iron Wall army by ourselves?
Yes,
Yeah,
There's,
right.
there's
Yeah.
more. There's more.
What?
They said, Garvant, they said that they're meeting with allies here and that they're coming together. They want to replace the Iron Wall. They want to have probably you or somebody else back on.
No.
Back on the
I don't
throne.
do the whole ruling a kingdom.
It
thing.
seems like
that's not my style.
there's going to be a revolution. It seems like they're going to...
That explains
You
the green.
still have allies in Ireland.
We have allies. My parents know that you're innocent. They'll stand behind you. We
They're-
can go back. We can go home.
For the price of blood. I mean, how many people do we have to lose before this war will finally be over, and then hope that we actually have victory at hand and we are the ones who are able to stand on the Iron Throne. Now, that sounds great and all, but I'm not going to sit here and be responsible for more people's death and everything like that. I'd rather just...
So you're just gonna keep fucking running.
I was actually thinking about turning myself in.
Rahuun, how much more damage is being done by
What?
you not going home?
You're gonna turn yourself in?
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna end all this for everybody. It's better anyway. There's no need for me to be here. I'm just a simple blacksmith. With
Fuck
Oh,
that,
don't-
no.
Don't go getting suicidal on us. You've been giving us too much hell for all these times. Just quit, okay?
And you're
So,
not fucking
get yourself
just giving up
together.
on everything.
We're gonna get the demon out of you, and then we're gonna fix
I
this.
love you guys too.
Yeah, I definitely gonna need your help and your strength. Never met a dwarf like you, so we'd be missing out if you were to
never
lead.
You've met
That's
me
right.
now, so.
That's right.
Hi, by the way.
I'm Cass.
I'm
So
Theodora.
nice to meet you.
too. Excuse me?
Nothing.
But I think we first need to get that night call.
I did that.
I know we're role playing, but out.
I think we need to get that demonic nightcrawler out of you first, though, because we can't have you going off on us.
Yeah, he fucking killed me last night.
What?
Big surprise. I've been killed a few times, so I know
Once.
where you're coming from.
Wasn't even by me.
He's attacked me and Baltimore. Almost killed Baltimore.
Great.
Essentially,
No.
everyone
guys,
is
you
doing
guys
that.
Is that
want
why
me
you guys
to
can-
take over my own kingdom? Yeah, okay.
Well, we can sort this out.
Okay.
Well, we can't really stay here long because, I mean, we have people after
We've definitely
me,
been
after
here for too
Cass.
long. We
You
definitely-
basically have 3 wanted people.
I mean,
Yes.
Baltimore comes down and he's just like, "Hey guys, I still need to get to that forbidden."
I was just about to say we should probably
But
head that way.
we do need to do some research first.
Baltimore, what do we need to do in preparation?
I went to the library last night. They were closed, but we need to go. It's about 125 each to get in.
That's fine. I can
need to
cover
do more
everybody.
research. Okay.
Oh,
we,
you can cover it.
We need it.
She can cover it.
We need to do
Thank
more
you.
I
research.
think I still have some
Okay.
gold too in her bag of holding from.
I'm broke,
All
so
right. Before we go any further, though,
We need to gear up and get prepared for this travel.
we also need to know who we are and why we're doing this to begin with. So let me be the first one to finally come clean about everything.
Baltimore kind of goes. He goes. yeah, you do that. And he's like, I'll see you at the library.
I told you.
Damn it, Baltimore.
I tell Cass.
You
I'm
can do
like,
it at the
"Where's
library.
And the
then.
whole time, he doesn't even make eye contact
No,
with
he
you.
doesn't. See, I'm
He
like,
doesn't make eye contact with you. He doesn't even like look in your direction. He like physically is looking at the group.
yes.
So I just think, isn't this the reason why we're going to the temple anyway? Because Baltimore needs to figure out some stuff.
I respect.
Well, while we're
I
at the
respect
temple,
him,
we
yeah.
might be able to figure out how to get this demon out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's do that.
Okay, so
Hey,
honestly,
Joy, you're coming with us? We have a horse.
course
to
she
ride.
Yeah, I sort of want to. I don't know why. I want to stick with this one right now.
Because I'm cute as bud.
Baltimore did
oh,
get enough horses,
she also
right?
is super strong and can kick Robin's ass.
Good, we need somebody.
Uh,
Keep you in mind.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You were talking about honest.
Yeah, you're talking about being
Baltimore
honest.
did get enough horses.
We
Not yet.
can discuss this at the library. Maybe finding more information about everything. We can talk while we're there and everything like that. But we should probably do this with everybody.
Present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
No miscommunications.
I mean, it is 11 o'clock right now. You can't stop here, but like if you guys were like if you guys like don't mind like spending the 15 minutes, you guys can do the honesty round thing.
I'd rather wait until
We'll just wait till
Baltimore's here.
Yeah,
too.
I think that's fair,
We'll
too.
do it at the library with Baltimore there.
Good
and
luck.
everything. Huh? We don't
Yeah,
need him.
yeah.
We don't need him to actually talk if he doesn't want to, but at least being there so there's no miscommunication.
I,
I agree.
So, and it's better for.
so our heroes are together. Some wanted, some not. And you guys are gonna be heading
I think
to.
half the parties wanted.
Well,
And
I
you
mean
guys-
my family, so basically, like I'm fucked with the
And you guys will be heading to the library for the
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
We
session
need to
Oh, yeah,
we're
yeah,
all
yeah.
screwed because of our family.
to do that. So, alright.
What are you talking about? We are a dysfunctional family.
Good session, guys. We appreciate you guys staying tuned. I'll have this up on YouTube so that way you guys can go back and review it. We appreciate you guys. If there's any questions, comments, concerns, hesitations, frustrations, and or doubts, feel free to let us know. Join us on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Message the players, have fun. And we'll be seeing you next week here on Epic Interactions. You guys keep it epic.
Bye.